charge for this call. This call is from
Pat Hoffman.
an inmate at Washington State Penitentiary. This call will be recorded and monitored. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial 7 now. To accept this call, press 5 now. To decline this call, thank you.
Well, good evening, good people.
Good evening, Mr. Hoffman. It's always good to hear from you.
Yes. How are things doing there deep in the heart of Texas?
Oh, my goodness. I had to sneeze twice. And
Oh, bless you,
yeah,
bless you.
thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. No,
Yes.
I just wrote a little piece for our weekly update tomorrow. And if you'll oblige me, I could read it to you. It's not that long.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good. Yeah, here's what I'm sending out tomorrow morning. What kind of men believe everything they are told without question because the information comes from someone with credentials? What type of men allow their women to be persecuted? What kind of men are told what direction to walk in the supermarket? What kind of men allow themselves to be instructed where to stand and what businesses are essential and non-essential? What kind of men put on a face diaper because of peer pressure of a false narrative being propagated by the lying media? What kind of man can't visit his elderly mother in a nursing home because the governor said it wasn't safe? What kind of men line up to have murdered babies injected into their bodies, these stem cells they get in the vaccines? What kind of men beg for government handouts and expect entitlements? What kind of men self-censor their speech because they are afraid of losing their social media account or their job? What kind of men willingly drive their women to government-sponsored murdering factories? What kind of men must produce paperwork in order to justify travel through government checkpoints? What kind of men must ask for permission to fish or hunt or even to build a pond or sell medicinal salve to his neighbor? It goes on, but it says, what kind of men allow and encourage their women to fight in the military and fight their own battles? We turn a blind eye at innocents in prisons, judicial corruption, and medical tyranny. At what point does living in a cesspool of corruption, lies, deceit, and wickedness indicate that we are complicit in the lying? There are things worse.
Yeah.
There are things worse than death. Choose you this day. So, I'm still working on it, but that's kind of where I was going with it. So.
Very, very good. You've got a very good line going there, and I thoroughly appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I just think we've devolved as men in a country where we used to have freedom and independence and rugged individuality, and now we've just devolved into like a sheep of just being told what to do all the time. Yeah.
Now we've got a female game warden in uniform saying you can't fish here today.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Crazy insanity.
Yeah. I'm really tired of this country. They've made a mess of my country.
Yep, I agree. I mean, when I think about this world, I'm not a friend of this world. I think James 4:4 says, if you're friends with the world, you're an enemy of God. And it's easy for me to hate the world because it's so wicked right now. It's just off the charts wicked.
Yeah.
Off the charts wicked.
Well, there's a song, and it's "My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring."
Wow, that was good. That was good. The key word being freedom.
Yes.
That was good.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Did I tell you I got a little case of hernia in September? Did I mention that I got a hernia in September?
Yes.
So I've been learning to live. I've been learning to live with that. It's it's changed my life a little bit, but it's nothing that I can't live with. So, but other than that, I feel very blessed, Patrick. I feel even though it seems like the world is about to jump off a cliff, my wife and I, we feel very, very blessed, you know.
Well, there's a thing out there in pharmacy called a truss that you can get an adjusted place that pushes that rupture back in and holds it in place. You wear it like a belt, and it does what it's supposed to do to keep that from acting up.
You know,
You might want to check into
yeah, you're absolutely right, and I do have one of those, and I've been wearing it, and it has been very helpful. At first, I was against it because I just naturally didn't want to put on anything, but now that I've tried it, I can see that it is very beneficial. I have to admit I was wrong about that, and I do wear one now. So,
Well, the Japanese samurai developed that, and it was being able to keep their privates out of the way of being cut, and being
yeah,
being
yeah,
kicked and stuff, and they developed a silk span to put everything in place back up above guard bone and stuff like that, and that's how that developed.
yeah. How are you doing, and how's your teeth? I think you said you had a tooth problem last time.
So it just started acting up just now, and it's been on and off all day, crazy.
Yeah.
And it's fire one time, and then a stabbing pain another time, and it's the shingles that attack nerve cells, and the nerve cells get to a point to where they're conditioned with the shingles infestation, act up on things that stir me up, things that make the stress.
Yeah, yeah.
Stress causes that, and I've been under a lot of stress.
I would
the last
imagine.
few weeks.
I would imagine. So you have shingles. I didn't realize you had shingles as well. You have shingles?
Yes, and before that, I had a medical problem with my teeth, and they wanted to remove all of my teeth here back in '99, and I refused it and went so far as to have my previous wife get a doctor, an oral dentist, to come and look at me, and they said that I had advanced gingivitis that was causing the teeth to loosen up, and I said, no, it's because I don't have dental equipment to be able to brush my teeth properly. These cowards in here would not let people in close custody have regular toothbrushes because they were afraid they would shape them into a shiv and stick them in the backside or whatever.
Yeah. Wow.
And so now I'm at that point again where I've got this flimsy toothbrush, and it's not doing the job that it's supposed to. And the cleaning process works for a little while, and then it's gone. And when I get stirred up on talking on different issues and stuff, like my freedom or like other things, it wants to fire up.
Mm.
And it's not the teeth, it's the gums and the nerves inside the jawbone that act up now. And it's attacking the tendons that move the muscle in the socket by the ear. There's a line of nerve that runs right by the top portion of the ear, just above the jawbone hinge, and I have to hit it in order to stop the pain from shooting up along won't give me any pain blocker. They won't give me any pain medication. They're concerned that I've got high blood pressure. Well, part of the reason that I have high blood pressure is because of the stress that they've put me under in putting an innocent man behind bars. Imagine that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. If that isn't a stress situation, I don't know what is. You wake up every morning knowing that you're innocent and that you have to get through the day, and some days you have to be ready to fight for your life all the way to death in order to survive. And I've done this for 34 years now. I'm 71 years old. My wife fell down and hurt herself.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's not again, it's the same thing. She's healing up from that.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Agnes, yeah. No, she didn't fall down again. It's the same thing. But she sent me pictures of the bruises on her arm today. And you know and I know that a green stick break is worse than having the bone completely broke, because with the green stick break, there are blood vessels in the bone that leak out blood. And the blood has no place to go except to form a great big bruise. And she had a bruise from the top of her shoulder all the way to her elbow on her left arm.
Wow.
So
My
she's
goodness.
getting better, but it's
Takes time, I guess, yeah.
yeah. And then today she was at the therapy treatment session and stuff, and I missed her morning call and stuff, and it set me off with the stress, not knowing whether she's at the session and okay, or if she's hurt or whatever. And it just keeps on going. It don't end.
Yeah.
And this coronavirus lie keeps on going. We've got people now that are being hauled out of the kitchen because they're suspected of coronavirus. And the truth of the matter is they don't have a test that validates whether or not you have coronavirus.
I'm so glad that you see through all of that, Patrick, because I talked to some prisoners and they've bought into it, but it's all a lie. They don't have a test that can even test for it. It's just one big psychological operation. It's just absolutely an incredible deception from like Satan himself.
Well, who's to say or not to say that their test, what they give you as a test, isn't putting invasive material into your system by shoving it up your nose?
I know. I have been saying exactly the same thing. I said when you get the test is when they implant it into you. I will not even take the test.
No, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Now there may be people dying of something, but it's not coronavirus because.
Well, nobody even gets the flu anymore. It's like the flu rate has gone down to zero, but the coronavirus has skyrocketed. So I believe that they're falsely reporting these numbers in order to create a panic because they're trying to do something worldwide with a tyranny. But I didn't mean to interrupt your thought there.
Yeah, they're trying to get the doctors into a situation where everybody to the doctor and the doctor gets paid no matter what.
Yeah.
This is what this is about. This is the Illuminati working to overcome the population and put everybody in slavery. You've got to do this because it's good and right for you, don't you know? We're doing what we can to help you, but you've got to do this for us, and that's jump through the hoop.
Yeah.
I'm real tired of jumping through hoops.
Well, and
Done it here for 34 years.
I imagine the word policy is not your favorite word, but
No.
they have a few dissidents out here that they want to get rid of, and what better way to get rid of them to say, well, they've tested positive for coronavirus, whether they have or they haven't doesn't really matter, but they tell people they have coronavirus, they've got to be quarantined, and let's go force quarantine them against their will, and then now they're not seen from or heard from ever again. It's a great
Yeah.
cover for the evil ones to do what they want to do.
Yeah, and they can fill up all of these prison buildings that they have in Louisiana and Arizona and places like that nobody knows there's anybody out there or even a place to be. And you look at this documentary about imprisonment in the United States, and every federal building has a basement that they can hold 1,800 prisoners in.
Yeah.
Every federal building. What kind of a country does that? It's a country fashioned after the Third Reich.
Yeah.
This is fascism at its very best again.
Yeah.
And nobody is paying attention.
Yep.
This is what Hitler planned on doing, and this is what happens when you let those Nazis come into the United States and get a visa and get a name change and get put on the payroll for doing spy work in the United States.
Yep. I was just talking to somebody today, and they said that this must have been what it felt like to live under the Hitler regime. That everybody's scared to say what they think. Everybody's concerned about being reported by their neighbor. The government is like controlling everywhere you go and who you see. I mean, it's just absolute insanity, the world that we live in.
Well, you can take and destroy the coronavirus by lighting a cigarette.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. That's a new one.
Well, you can't. How is something like that going to go through fire?
Yeah.
If you breathe through the cigarette and take it into your lungs, it's a way to destroy that and build up antibodies in your system at the same time. Because if it's dead, it can't do anything to your body.
Yeah.
There's old Indian medicine and old Indian ways that matter and count right now, and people need to pay attention to what is being done. Everybody needs to stop with the hatred and stop the crying and the whining and stuff, and get out in the evening under the stars and do a little dance and do a little sing, and put positive energy into that, and put positive energy into Mother Earth and into this life. And all of that negativity can't stand it. If you take a rattle, a baby's rattle, Native Americans know about this. Wicked spirits cannot stand to be around that all the time. So you give the baby a rattle, and they make the noise, and the bad spirits stay away.
There you go.
That's how we do that. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
And the baby comes out of it loving his parents, loving her parents and family, and everything becomes good because there's no wicked
You have 60 seconds remaining.
ever entered into that child. Bless you.
Bless you, Patrick.
Well.
I pray your my goodness, I mean, you might have told me before, but it didn't dawn on me. Shingles and a toothache. Our prayers are with you. That must be incredibly painful.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it. Have a good evening. Bless you.
Bless you, Patrick. God bless you.
Go forth and prosper. Take care.
We'll try to shine a light in a dark place.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
Yes. Light a candle. Light a candle.
We love light.
That's right.
We love making noise and shining light. Okay. God bless you,
Yes,
Patrick.
yes.
Have a
All
great,
right. God bless you.
all right.
Have a good evening.
You too. Bye bye.